Good afternoon, Internet. I'm your host, HazelPlace89. Welcome back to City Skylines 2. We're in Blackshire. Again, I took the week off last week, so there were no videos, but today, we're back. We're better than ever. We're going to work for a little bit in this side of the city, where we have this wonderful grid, about which I've received several disparaging remarks, and that's okay. The grid is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. We're going to actually expand it. We're going to come fill out this little triangle here, maybe draw some connections up here, but I want to kind of really dial in our situation down here with some of our city services. Since the last episode, we have received a detailer's badge. We have a surface area tool now, so basically what this is you can expand surfaces off of existing structures. Instead of having to use the mod, but I have the mod anyway because I want to use it. Also, there were, I forgot where it's at, but we also have the ability to draw draw areas like that. But I forgot where they're at. But I have the mod still. I've kind of expanded my mod list, so now we have all of the fun decals and detailing, extra detailing stuff. So hopefully that'll help us create some interesting areas in this city of Blackshire. But like I said, what we're going to do, first of all, I'm going to expand this out right here. We're going to continue the grid perhaps. And I know. But again, they're very versatile. They're very walkable. They're very simple. So we have a 184 by 112. So we're just gonna keep doing what works, honestly. I'm just on new grid. Perfect. Oh no, we're having to eminent domain some of these people. But yes, I hope everyone's had a good time. It's been a while, like I said, since we last spoke. I needed a little respite, a little time of a little break, honestly. I was starting to lose some creativity, and that's not a good place to be. I like being creative, and I appreciate that you all appreciate that as well. So we're gonna have a good time today. After we get done here, we're gonna transition over to the quote downtown area. There's an asset that I definitely may or may not have forgotten that I would like to place. And as such, we need to place it. Now, why can I not zone that? It's okay. We'll just do this. We'll do 184 down here. We'll do that. But yeah, there's an asset that I want to place in the downtown, and it's a very downtown-y asset. And I'm surprised that it's taken me this long to realize I didn't have it. But it'll be a good time. And we'll make it like the meat and potatoes of this episode, as it were. You know, meat and taters. On a different note, I've been making great progress at the gym. If anyone actually cares about that kind of thing. I've been making decent progress. I'm just gonna do a little something like this, and then what we can do, in theory, we could add some, what are those things called, alleyways, but I think it's fine. We're just gonna come through with our 3x3s like that and just zone. So yes, the detailing patch has dropped. The economy 2.0 patch is in full effect. I've been playing on a different, or I've been trying to play on a different save, and just kind of starting out with a new city, just making sure everything is the way that it ought to be for me. And I will be honest, I don't know if I'm a big fan of the tile upkeep. I understand why it's in the game. I get it. It's just, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that. So I'll just have to get good, honestly. I'll just have to continue playing with that mechanic and see what I can do to help myself become more comfortable with its addition into the game. I know why they did it. I understand it's a late game challenge for sure, but at the same time, it's very tempting to just buy tiles as tiles become available when you can't really afford it. So that's what that's about. Also, if you notice in the bottom left corner of the screen, we have quite a few expansion points. I'm not going to worry about expanding the city for now, but we do have progression points that we could use to unlock several things. And I want to look at that because I think we'll need it whenever we decide to do what we're going to do with our what's it called? The big city that we're going to, or the big asset that we're going to put in after a while. So I'm going to draw in some forest brush here. We're going to get some those bad boys and just kind of do that. There we are. All right, so we have trees going in. That'll be a good time. And what we could do here is I'm going to just delete some of these trees because I want to kind of come in through and detail this area a little bit and make it a little bit nicer to look at. Ooh. That's not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. We can add this road back and that's fine. So one thing that I've gotten, a mod that I've added to the arsenal is the where is it? The invisible paths, the invisible roads. So we could add parking lots and stuff. So that's awesome. So that'll be a thing that I will take a look at here in a moment. Because these parking lots are kind of nice, to be honest, but they don't really serve the purpose that I want them to serve. They don't make sense in some areas. So we want to take a look at those. Let's delete these trees out of these areas here. Make it nice and pretty and clean so we can see what exactly it is that we are dealing with. So here's what we could do. Also, with the new detailers patch, I added a lot of stuff. The economy 2.0 patch, you can now like move things. So in the past, if you wanted to move or remove the playground, for instance, you'd have to delete the whole asset and add it back. And now you don't have to worry about that so much. So here's what we're going to do. Out front of this elementary school here, I'm going to add the parking lots. And if I understand this correctly, we can do so with our invisible roads. So you don't want to connect it to the road directly. You want to connect it on the cell. Just like out front. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do that. And then we can add these in like so. And that looks so good. I can appreciate this. I can appreciate the way this looks. And you know what? Let's just add a few more parking. Could we add some parking here? We could. But I think I like the idea of continuing with it. And then I'm going to get our simple curve tool. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to let's come down right here, and then we will do that, and then I think we can go ahead and add you know what, let's delete some net lanes. We're gonna just delete those. We don't need those. All right. Also, this is the Better Bulldozer mod. Fantastic utility. Highly recommend if you're into modding and stuff. But as you can see, we have some weird, funky issues going on with parking lots on the grass, and we don't need that. So what we'll do is we'll have to come to our surfaces tool right here that we have, and let's find some sort of concrete. Let's use this one. Okay. what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw something like this. Alright. Actually, no, we're not. So, how can I see the net lanes? Do we go down? We don't go down. Okay. I know what we'll do. We'll just do. We're gonna add that. We're gonna add this. Okay, I think I figured it out. And we'll do that. That is really bright. I think I want a different texture, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's use. What is this one like? Pavement. Let's see what this one looks like. Okay. Sorry, friends. I'm a little bit out of practice. So, is there a way that I can look and see what the net lanes look like? Alternatively, I can just figure it out. I guess we could do this. Okay. Grand. Alright. By Jove, I think I've got it. So I think what we'll do is we will just kind of go... We're going to just make a parking lot like this. And I'm going to... Oh, there we are. Something like that. And then what we'll do... We can decorate some of our parking lots here. Thank you all so much for being patient with me as I figure this out. This is the first time that I've actually done this. And as you can see, this little car is coming in. Delightful. And he's going on a loop, which is fine. I don't mind it. Also, let's go back to our net lanes again. We're going to... Oh, sweet. I can see it like that. Grand. Interesting. Also, let's go ahead and do... Let's get some hedge lighting. And let's get movement lanes. Alright. I want to kind of... Return snapping off. Yes. I'm going to do this. We're just going to go to the edges of the parking stall situations. And we're going to have ourselves a little fun. Red. Yeah, I'm gonna line this with hedges. 'Cause I think it'll look nice. Like so. Oh, and we're gonna add one here. So let's add all this stuff back. And then we'll just do that. So we're getting ourselves a fun little parking lot. I guess what we could do is kind of remove these pads. So let's do that. We're going to go back to our pavement. Do that. We're gonna add move. Yeah, we'll just do that. I'm gonna figure that out after the fact, like what I'm doing now. Kind of make it because obviously I can't actually see where the net lanes are whenever I'm not drawing them. So what is this thing's problem? I think I know the problem. We're gonna delete that little bush there. And then we can come back here and we can add that back. All right, so now we have a little parking lot and it looks really good actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to continue our decoration. We're gonna add some trees. Let's do some alders. Let's do some of those. And we're going to, let's line that right here. We're gonna just do, let's do a single alder. All the single alders, you know how they go. You know how it goes. So we have that, which is nice. That elementary school is, we're already getting people moving in over there, which is always delightful. So yeah, this is kind of where we're going. We have some fun new detailing tips and tricks that I was watching an overcharged egg video yesterday. Shout out to him, he's awesome. And he had all these really nice mods, and I was like, you know what, I need those. Those are what I need. Let's add some here and here, here and here. Oh, that's a little too close. And that all normal, like that. Get off that. Delete. Delete. It's not deleting, that's adding. It's okay. So there's that. We have added ourselves a fun little parking lot, and I figured out how to do it. Thank you all for being patient with me, and I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee very quickly. Just a moment. Coffee time, baby. I enjoy a nice coffee. And we could do the same things over here with our police station and our fire department. You know, we have with the detailers patch dropped, right? And with that came a bunch of fun assets. We have a small elementary school, we have a small high school, we have urban elementary school and urban high school, which is awesome. I feel like those assets were severely lacking. I'm going to ignore all of that that's going on back there. Yeah, I can appreciate how the devs added those little assets into the game. Very needed. And it's very appreciative. I like the ability to move things around as needed for our for our city service buildings. It's delightful to be able to have that option now. Also, why are you not zoning? Oh, that's because also, yeah, you can select both types of zoning now, or both themes, I guess. I think these are all, or these are, I can't remember. Okay, we're good. We are good to go. I got a standing notification on my watch. You need to stand. Yes, I probably do. But yeah, so we can add, we've got that. And I think what I'm going to do now is we're going to remove these people. They don't need to be here. You act like you don't want to be here. We're going to remove that. And then I'm going to instead do some fencing work around this area. So I don't want it to seem like we're imprisoning the children, because we're not. But I do feel like there needs to be some sort of safeguards against kids like walking into the street. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna snap directly to the roads. We're gonna continue doing that. We're gonna do all the way around, like so. Like, went all the way down here. It's a bit expensive, but I think it's worth it for the safety of the kiddos. All right, so there's that. So now what we can do, we can come through with some tasteful tree zoning, right? We're gonna do both types of trees. I'm just gonna start spamming them down. And I don't want to use the tree brush in this instance. I want to be very thoughtful and kind of methodical with how I do it. I'm only like partially joking when I say I'm just going to spam stuff down. We want to make sure that we're not putting trees where we don't want trees. Something like that. All right, now let's get some evergreens in here. And sure, okay, pine. A few pines in. All right, so we have that. A nice detailing pass. That's always a good time for this area. The people are moving in. It's delightful. I definitely do want to maybe find a way to get another connection somewhere over here, but I don't want to unlock this tile, and I'll show you why. So let's say we want to unlock this tile, right? You click it. Tile upkeep is $16,637 a month. Tile upkeep, I don't understand how it's calculated, but it's there in the game now, and you have to be really you have to be thoughtful with the way you expand. Now you can't just buy tiles for no reason. I think it's calculated by what's on the land, so like resources. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. You can't just buy all tiles all willy-nilly now. Also, with the detailers update, there came a few fun new parks, which is awesome to see. If we go here and look, sorry the screen is so stinking bright. I need to find the mod that fixes that. That's the maintenance depot, blah blah blah. Twin City Park, that's new. Dog Park's not new. Small Park's not new. Ring Park is new. Small Plaza is not new. Campfire Side. We also have several new big parks. Passage Park is new. Hedge Park is new. I think that's the same one. Multipurpose Park is new. So we have all of these fun, awesome new parks, which is pretty nifty to see. And I kind of like the idea of adding it back behind all of these people. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to do a little bit of this. And we're going to place a park right here. So here's what we can do. We're going to grab an alleyway, but we're going to turn off, what is this one? It's going to be zoning cell length, because I want it in the middle here. Right? And then we can add a little road here. Let's do like that, and then we will grab this. On everything again, except maybe that. That'll be fine. So I think that's connected. It's not. It's got to be turned around. And here we do. I'll just delete it and put it back. But yeah, I want to get this park in. Work. There we go. So now we have a little multi-purpose park out here, which is delightful. Let's delete some of these dead trees. I think what we could do, let's just turn that back on. We're going to grab some low density commercial. We're going to add some little parks out in the back here. Or little shops, rather. And I like the idea of getting maybe a little strip of parking lot behind it. But I don't think we'll worry about that right now. But what we could do, as we continue looking at this area, does this district have its own? Well, we want to make sure that this district covers everything it needs to cover. So we need to expand you like so. Our Victoria district does not seem to have its own thing. I'm going to delete the dairy house and put it back. Because there was a thing, right? Specialized industry, this one, dairy house. This is one of the buildings that you needed to delete and add back so it would work properly. So we're going to do that, but we're also going to replace a parking lot. Oh, sweet. They've added parking lots. They've added a lot of parking lots. Awesome. So I didn't realize that. We're going to add a parking lot here. And that'll be a thing. And I'll come back and detail this at some point. So we have this. This is a blank slate that we can continue. We can talk about after a while. There's just a lot of stuff that they've added to the game, and I'm a big fan of most of it. Like I said, the one thing that I'm not too keen on, honestly, for me personally, is the tile upkeep. But I can understand why it's there. So here's the situation. Here's the situation. We need a city hall, and we don't have a city hall. Okay. So what we are going to do, let's go in here, and I think city hall, we've got the city hall. We can also purchase the bank if we want to. All of this is great. All of this is delightful. So what we're going to do, I'm going to find this building. This is our city hall building, right? Now my question is, where do I want to put our city hall building? I like the idea of kind of having it near our welfare office, so maybe this spot right here. But that would involve removing a bunch of people, and I think honestly I don't actually mind it because this little neighborhood doesn't make sense anyway. That's what we're gonna do. We're going to get rid of all of these people. Delete, delete, delete. Delete, delete, delete. So, yeah, this is what I think City Planner would call eminent domain. I'm almost certain that's what he would say. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta change the way things go. And that's okay sometimes. I want it off this curve here. I think that'll look really nice. Also, do we have some residual zoning that we need to get rid of? We do. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead. There's a bus station right here. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab... Actually, it'll throw everything off if I pull the road off this. So what I think we'll do is we'll come and do... Let's turn off that. We're going to grab this road and do on this. Then we can add a little situation here. Perfect. And then, so what we have this. We have this whole area with which we can play. And we can place down our City Hall building. It's too big. I know what we'll do. We will add the road a little closer. Alternatively, see, the thing that's keeping me from like just removing this whole street is we have the bus station there. Well, alternatively, I think we have a plan. Let's add that here, and then what we'll do is we'll just put that there. We're gonna remove. Is it facing the right direction? I don't actually know. But what we need to do is we definitely need to get it tied into the road network. So that's what we'll do. We're going to do this, and then I think we'll do that. And I think we'll have a good time. Yeah, this is the front. Alright, great. So there we have it. We have a city hall. Thank you for watching this episode. I'm just kidding. We're going to do things first. Let's get rid of some of these trees. We're We're gonna grab the brush. We're gonna remove these trees over here, like so. All right. So that's fun. That's fine and dandy. Take a sip of coffee really quick while I brainstorm. Grand. Brainstorming complete. We have, this area is going to be very dense, obviously. We need to add more parking, which I think is a good idea. I honestly had no idea that we had extra parking lots, which is really stinking cool. We have this long parking lot, which I just think is amazing. Wide parking lot. That's normal. Very large parking lot. That's also normal. We also have a parking garage. All right. So I think what we could do is, I don't know if I want to make a custom parking lot like we did over at the elementary school for this area, but I do like the idea of doing this. So we'll do that. Add a road there. We'll grab this parking lot, and it's just too wide. Confounded. So I guess we can make a custom parking lot. Oh, our population's declined because we just removed a bunch of people from their homes. It'll be fine. Alternatively, we could get a number of smaller parking lots. Like even the large boy would technically fit. I think what we'll do is we can grab, let's just put a road. Let's put a road right here. Oop. A road right here, and then we'll go back to our parking lots. We're going to use this newer style and just spam those down, and they're not touching, but that's okay. I think what we'll do, at least what we should be able to do, is grab our service tool, go to pavement, and just do, or hear me out, or grass. We can't because that's silly. Okay, fine, you win, game. But what we could do is do some tree lining and detailing around this parking lot to make it not so big and stuff. Maybe add a plaza right here. So let's start with the trees, with the trees. We're gonna get London Plains. I think that'll be a good time. Grab our line tool. 20 meters should be fine. I think we're going to lower that though. Actually, let's go to 15. Pin mayhaps. Delightful. Alright, so we have that, which is nice. And now what we can do is, I want to add, because we have demand, let's grab some offices and just place them here. I want to get zoning off. Could we do that theoretically? Oh, let's turn off that. There we go. All right. Grab a little walking path there, which will be fine. Oh wow, yeah. Traffic, baby. Look at that. I guess what we could do, we could add some of our new roundabouts that have been included. These are not mods, these are base game roundabouts. You have several different sizes, different situations. Oh, that is a downtown roundabout if I've ever seen one. Tell you what. Look at that. Let's just look at it. Would you just look at that? It's so good. I don't think it also, I think it also doesn't help that we have a bus stop right there, but that's okay. Speaking of bus stops right here, we could probably get by with a path. So let's turn off all of this stuff and just kind of do like that. All the people walking. So good. I love it. Very nice. So we have this massive parking lot next to our government buildings, which is kind of to be expected. It'll be nice whenever we get bikes and stuff in the game. Whenever that happens, I'll be a happy fella. That way we can do some bike stuff. Add some trees around some of these things that we've just placed. We're gonna grab some spruce. We can grab some pines. And then we can grab, let's grab a birch or two. And then we're gonna get the old faithful oak. The oak tree, the bastion of all of the trees, so they say. Alright, and now let's see if we can't get ourselves a plaza. Like a nice large city plaza here. That's too large. Could we grab a small plaza? We could totally grab that. Let's turn this around. We're gonna make sure that we're so you can get by without putting it directly on the road. You turn off all your snappings and it's about a unit away, which is nice. Would you just look at that? And that's connected. Don't tell me that it's not connected. There we go. All right, fixed it. And I'm going to homeless camps. Nice. We're going to delete some of the. Let me delete the fences. I'm gonna be able to remove the fences, remove sub-elements. That's the one. All right, there we go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to our, and you can do this with the mod that we've got, but I want to use our area tool. So we go to our surface area tool. We're just gonna go ahead and bloop the snoot. Right? Bloop, bloop, like this. Just look at it. This is vanilla in the game now. So, like, I know that I'm using mods, but how I'm using this isn't a mod. You go to your areas tool where you define your districts and specialized industry areas, and it's just in the game now. And that's really cool. Shout out to Paradox for adding that in. That's a huge, vast improvement. And I think it goes to show that there are things that could have probably been in place from the start, but it's nice that it's there now and I'm not complaining. All right, so we have that. We've added ourselves City Hall. So we have upgrades as well, and I'm pretty sure this will just melt on, like, get onto the building. Yeah, that's fun. So you know what, I think what we could do is we have ourselves some delightful high density housing. You know what that means, friends? Skyscrapers. So in theory, hypothetically speaking, what we could potentially maybe do is add some of those, but we're gonna do some low rent homes right here. Right there and right there. So eventually some of this stuff will become skyscrapers, which will be a delight. Also, I don't want to neglect Kennington. That's a place that we need to work on at some point. This area, we want to continue working in Victoria Field. I think that'll be a good time. Shepherd's Glen, they're fine. They're fine over here. I need to figure out why trash is piling up whenever we have plenty of capacity for garbage collection. But yeah, there's that. I think what I like the idea of, could you just imagine it though? Just imagine with me for a moment, if you would, our city hall flanked by all kinds of delightful skyscrapers. Right. See, and honestly, this isn't a bad vista at all. So I want to thank you all so much for joining me on this episode of Blackshire today. It was a little bit of a different episode. Didn't really do the cinematic intermission cuts or something like that. But again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscribes. They all mean a whole lot. Hope the channel grow. I appreciate you all. You're all legends. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.